Springfield's bowling alley is about to shut down, and Homer completely breaks down. He and his friends even hold a funeral for the alley at Moe's Tavern. Homer recalls the first time he had nachos there. It felt like heaven itself. When they track down the manager, he explains that the lanes are warped and nobody comes to play anymore. Terrence buys the alley. Homer begs him to keep bowling alive, but Terrence refuses. Homer asks for 1 week to prove that people still love bowling. He invites Kirk and his wife, but they only see it as a date spot, not for bowling. He brings in kids, but they just think the place is too old. Homer even tries locking everyone inside the alley, but it fails. Then Homer takes Marge bowling. To his surprise, Marge nails a strike almost every time. Crowds start gathering, cheering her on. Soon she's even pulling off trick shots and still getting strikes. The hype grows so big, even the alley's mascot joins in. Terrence sets a challenge. If Marge can beat his chosen player, the bowling alley stays. Marge agrees. At night, before going to sleep, Marge runs bowling simulations in her head, while Homer runs simulations of pizza. Homer is shocked Marge has never taken a single class. But the truth is, she actually did learn bowling before. She just couldn't stand her old coach. The next day, Marge tries again, but this time, not a single ball stays on the lane. One smashes right into a customer's head, another wedges itself into the scoreboard, and one even blasts straight through the window, rolling out into the street. Luckily, every car manages to swerve just in time. Homer calls in a pro coach, Jacques, Marge's former instructor. But Jacques is less of a coach and more of a flirt. Abe warns Homer not to trust him, but Homer refuses to believe a bowling coach would actually hit on another man's wife. So Abe has his friends investigate. When Homer sees the results, he's stunned. Homer pounds on Jacques' door and storms into the room, only to find it covered wall to wall with photos of Marge. A fierce duel erupts, with bowling balls clashing back and forth like swords. They strike relentlessly, and Jacques even shatters a bowling ball. Homer teeters on the brink of defeat, nearly risking his life, his head polished to a gleaming shine by the machines. But when Jacques is momentarily blinded by the glare, Homer seizes the chance and smashes his foot with a bowling ball. As Homer claims victory, Marge tracks him down using a tracker. Homer reflects on all his embarrassing moments, but Marge hasn't abandoned him, and there's no way she would ever betray him. On game day, Marge faces off against Jacques himself. At first, her score lags behind, but then she sharpens her nails, visualizes the angles, and on her final throw, she tops Jacques' score, winning the match. In the end, Jacques is arrested anyway for overstaying his visa.